Well, we saw the Castrol BMW E30 Series last week. This week, it's the turn of the Open class.
Barry, back here for a BMW Series, but seen this car in the Targa quite often, but now track racing.
Yeah. Well, the BMW Series is a great opportunity to actually race any car, and it fits well in the BMW Series, and it's just still an awesome car.
You were saying before that you're building a special car for this Open Class Series.
Yes, it's a copy of a car that ran in Germany. It won the Nürburgring 24-hour 2 years in a row in 2004, 2005. It's just an awesome looking car, an M3 GTR. It's just a replica of that. It'll look quite something when it's running.
And just looking around all these cars, there's some magnificent sights, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a fantastic series. It's just gone from strength to strength. It's just amazing.
Mike, you've got that number one on the car, but things don't look good here at the first round.
No, unfortunately, we were sort of running quite good yesterday up until the time that we had a problem with the diff, and seems to have broken the diff. We put another one in, but also a little problem with the CV joint. We're trying to get it fixed and be running later on.
Quite a few new cars here as well. The class is getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fantastic opening round. We've got 53 E30s and 32 open cars, so 85 entries today. Fantastic.
Fantastic. And Mike Delmont's diff explosion was literally that here on the Saturday. Down the back straight at over 200 kilometres an hour, and it broke the crown wheel and pinion and just destroyed the rear end in that beautiful BMW 2002 Turbo. So he's up against it this weekend, the defending champion in the BMW Open Series, sponsored by Castrol. So expect the likes of Andre Cowan, Warwick Mortimer, Michael Starnes, Gary Murphy to feature here in the first race on Sunday. As we head for Mike Delmont, he has missed the start of this race. Trying to get a replacement diff and CV sorted out for the 2002 Turbo. 35 going there, Judy Van Loo. A little BMW E30. This is Andre Cowan, running now as number 325. He was the BMW Open champion last season, running in the Castrol colours with the number one on the side of the ex-International Motorsport BMW 325. He's got Warwick Mortimer chasing him down, and another one of these M3 GTR replicas. This car is very, very quick, reputedly putting up over 500 horsepower. Beautifully put together. It is a serious piece of kit. Just spent towards the end of last season getting this car dialed in for 2009-10 season in the Castrol BMW Open Series. He won the first race here on Saturday ahead of Cowan and Gary Murphy. It's 318 of Gordon Legg goes through. And Nick, of course, regular Targa campaigner in this car, has also raced with the E30s. She's the car with Jeff Story. We talked with Barry Kirkburnand about that new M3 GTR replica coming, and there are some serious cars coming into this series. Car number 48, Neville Finlay, and the Z3M Coupe. It's another one of the later model cars, car number 70. This is Peter Henry. It's a 2008 car. Is going off the top of the hill. That is a huge lose. Oh, that is a massive moment. I think that's the 102 of Ken Starnes. Let's see what happens here. Runs wide at the top of the hill. How did he kick the car off the Armco? I tell you what, the following cars would have had the eyes wide open, hoping that he didn't go back across the track. Ken Starnes continues on, and he got some applause from the stand for that recovery. What a moment for the number 102. Car number 07, Will Gray. This car also runs in the E30 series. So many of these cars do duty across different classes. They're Targa type vehicles as well as the race leader goes through. 325, Andre Cowan. He's running around in the 64s. Back on board, bottom right inside of your screen with Warwick Mortimer, who's chasing him down here at the moment. But Cowan's got away here. Mortimer's fastest lap in a 105.19. Still very, very quick. You can hear the bellowing V8 M3 working its way through the gears onto the back straight. This is car 6. This is Barry Kirkbanand. Everyone's eagerly waiting the debut of his new M3 GTR replica. As Barry said, is a sensational looking piece of kit. Car number 170, Michael Starnes. He's running in about the 3rd position. A solid start to the weekend, running in the Placemakers colours. Finished inside the top 6 for race 1 of the weekend for the Castrol BMW Open Series. 1997, 3.2 litre E36 M3. That's Peter Henry just in behind him. You can see the debris flag out there on the inside of the front straight. So a bit of debris coming back out onto the track with that big off for the 102 of Ken Starnes. So Henry's got his hands full here. He's got Neville Finlay just in behind him in the Z3M coupe. So it's Cowan and Mortimer, some of the midfield battles. 51 is David Lawrence. This is car 4, Milan Klinek. We saw Milan running in the E30 series last year. So moving up to the BMW Opens. We'll also see the debut later on in the series for the reigning E30 champ, Mark Babb, in a 6-cylinder E46 BMW. They're trying hard, braking. Down into the hairpin, locking brakes. This is car number 18, Trevor Smith, running well up inside the top 6. So some new names featuring here in the first race on Sunday for the BMW Open Series. Andre Cowan, not such of a new name. He won the Open Series last year. Looking for his first win of the weekend. So Andre Cowan, fastest lap time at 104.022. Screecher tyres up over the top of Ford Mountain, just up ahead of Cowan. There's the debris on the outside of the circuit as the checkered flag flies. It will be Cowan with the victory. Warwick Mortimer 2nd, Michael Starnes in 3rd, ahead of Neville Finlay, Gary Murphy, Trevor Smith, Andrew Timms and Graham Fraser.
Andre, well done. Season off to a good start. Race win.
Yes, thank you. We've done a lot of work on the car, and it's good to see that we can put the car first place.
You don't, once you got out in front, you really cruised it towards the end.
Basically, yeah, I got an early lead and put a big gap on and just picked my way through the traffic, through the lap traffic, and yeah, it was an easy win.
Warwick, well done, 2nd place.
Thank you. Yes, we had to work a little bit for that too, I might add.
Just off the start line, looked like Andre was got away cleanly.
Yep, he's got about 300 kilos less than us.
With this car, you've got to be a little bit careful off the line because it's got so much power.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we've had a couple of donuts that are at the end of the gearbox come apart and just disintegrate, so we do have to take it a little bit easy off the line.
You're watching action from the historic Racing Club Icebreaker meeting from Pukekohe, the finale for the weekend for the Castrol BMW Open Series.
Andy, a new BMW series coming up this year, and you're responsible for building a lot of these beautiful cars sitting here.
We certainly are, and we're very proud of it. They're a really good class to build. Cars are great. The people that own those cars are really good people to deal with. We're able to build what the requirements are and getting a lot of fun out of them. They're really good.
You've got a bit of a passion like Warwick Mortimer's car here that you built, the one behind it, Peter Henry's. You've got a passion with these cars, haven't you?
Yeah, the good thing is I was able enough in my business to do some project cars. So I took on the dream and started to build them. Unfortunately, I haven't raced for about 10 years because we've been building cars and people like Warwick come and buy them. Or Peter's bought that one, the E92, which is a new one. We're just doing a GTR full works replica down to the finest detail, and that's just recently sold. And with a bit of luck, we'll do a couple more.
Well, Andy and the team at Race FX do a beautiful job with race car preparation. They do prepare many of the vehicles in this Castrol BMW Open Series. First car away in the handicap finale is the 282 of Matt Phillips, followed by the 35, Judy DeLue. Keep an eye on the leaders, bottom right-hand side of your screen, and we'll watch the rest of the cars coming away from the front straight. The faster cars again will be starting out of pit lane. Mike Delmont's 2002 Turbo is lined up. A lot of work's gone on with that car after a major diff failure. Race 1 here on Saturday. .318. Gordon Legg going through shot there as leaders are already working their way down the back straight through the kink. So the quicker cars are going to have a whole lot of time to try and make up here at Pukekohe. Castrol BMW Open Series for 09-10. Defending champion Mike Delmont with dramas already this weekend. It's the 107 of Grant Clegg going through, and another one of the 2002s, the red example. So he's the first of the cars to come out of pit lane. Rex Elder was one of them in the 1-2-3, and it's the charge of the Light Brigade out of the pit lane as the leaders are already coming through. See the warning flags. So the leader goes through. Here comes the quicker guys. Finlay coming out in the Z3M Coupe. So we're going to be busy here as Mortimer gets away, bottom right-hand side of your screen. The leaders are already halfway down the back straight. As Cowan and Delmont get away, the final cars away. Delmont with the fastest lap times. Just his second race start of the weekend, having missed race 2. So all eyes will be on the number 1, running a slightly different diff ratio, so not quite ideal for the big horsepower 2002 Turbo. This is car number 530. Andrew Timms on board with Aaron Harris. And Harris Race Radio's number 26. Now, Harris has had some dramas this weekend as well. Great shots on board. Left-hand drive through the S's into Castrol. Former New Zealand touring car racer. Take a ride with Aaron Harris down the back straight at Pukekohe. That was Rex Elder. He just went by to the outside off the kink, under brakes into the hairpin. So 107 Grant Clegg. This is the 87 just in behind, David Brace. So the leaders are well mixed up with the faster traffic coming through, unlapping themselves for the first time. Then they've got to try and get back around. There's the 282. There's a big brake lock up at the hairpin, Matt Phillips. So should still have the lead. That car capable of running around in the 117 range, whereas you look at the likes of Mike Delmont running in the 105s. It's a big difference in lap time. Flash of exhaust flame from the screaming BMW 2002 Turbo. Highly developed car. It is the class champion from the past season. This is the champion from the season before that, Andre Cowan. He's already won a race this weekend. Warwick Mortimer won the first race on Saturday. .07 goes through. Will Gray, one of the first cars away in the handicap finale here at Pukekohe for the Castrol BMW Opens. As we heard from Mike Delmont at the beginning of the coverage for the BMWs, over 30 cars entered here this weekend, along with over 50 E30s. An amazing representation of the BMW brand here with the Castrol BMW Race Series. All sorts of different types of BMWs. Here's Peter Henry going through in one of the later model cars. Here's Warwick Mortimer, headlights ablaze. Another one of the cars built by the Race FX team. So we're on board with Mortimer. Oh, brake lock up there through to the S's on screen. Beautiful sound from the screaming V8. Andre Cowan just in behind him in the 325. So headlights on for Mortimer. Working his way through the traffic. Another big brake lock-up. That's a huge brake lock-up. Major dramas there, and I think he's cut down that left front tyre. Mortimer off on the grass, off the hairpin. Well, some major issues for the race one winner. And this is going to hurt him in the points out of the weekend. Look at this brake lock-up. And there's the failure right at the end. Obviously, the tyre unable to contend with such a big brake lock-up. So some brake dramas there for Warwick Mortimer. His race looks to be over. As we try and pick up some of the faster cars coming through with a lot of time to make up on the leaders. It's Ken Starnes. Had that huge lose over the top of Ford Mountain in the previous race. Gary Murphy's in there in the 770. He's had a solid weekend. 1, 2, 3, Rex Elder. 170, Michael Starnes is in that group as well. Look at the traffic up ahead for this group. BMWs of all shapes and sizes in the BMW Open class. Lots of traffic for the faster guys to try and get through. 51, David Lawrence is in there. 87 going through, David Brace. There's Starnes in the 102. So Starnes looks like the first of the quicker guys to really get through. 530, Andrew Timms was in that group as well. In fact, this might be the first of our quicker cars to get through. Aaron Harris, now due to the fact that he hasn't really featured in any of the races so far this weekend with dramas, he had a pretty handy starting spot here in the handicap, and he's running around in the 107s. Listed as DNS for the first two races of the weekend. But this handicap race just might come to him in the end. Harris Race Radio's number 26 back on board. Over the bumps down into turn one, Genian Holmes. Hugging that inside line. Back to the left again, over to the curb, using all of the curb. Bit of the curb on entry, into Castrol. And that should be the pass for the lead, if not very, very close. Aaron Harris running away with this one. Here's Mike Dalmont. So Harris down towards the hairpin, Dalmont just coming on to the back straight. Another flash of flame between gear shifts. This wonderful 2002 turbo. 3 and 4 wide off the kink. Starnes is in there, Clegg in the middle in the 2002. Gordon Legg on the inside in the 318. There's Andre Cowan, former BMW Open champ. Just in behind Starnes, he's going to the outside of Clegg. Cowan thought better of it. For a moment there, he thought he might have had a run. No, he's got the run up the inside this time, up over the top of Ford Mountain. So Andre Cowan on a charge. He's lapping in the 104.2s. Blistering lap times from the 325. Down the inside, using a bit of the dirt with the pass on Starnes. It's Ken Starnes in the 102, having a much better race than he did than the previous one. 142, Graham Fraser now gets passed by Cowan. So Aaron Harris is your race leader. Andre Cowan is closing the gap, and he's closing that gap at about 3 seconds a lap. Neat series of corners there. Off goes Peter Henry. So Peter Henry's had an off here in the final. Aaron Harris takes the checkered flag. daylight behind him. It's a good battle behind him for the Miners. As Gary Murphy goes up over the top of Ford Mountain, Andre Cowan will be second. Fraser should hold on to third in the 142. Matt Phillipson in there, and so was Ken Starnes. But Aaron Harris taking out his first victory of the weekend after a troubled weekend in the 26. Andre Cowan second, Graham Fraser third, followed by Matt Phillips, Ken Starnes and Michael Starnes.
Aaron, well done from the, I guess you started from pit lane.
Yeah, I started pit lane, but unfortunately I hadn't finished any other race this weekend, so I was probably a lot further ahead than I should have been, but I'll take any win I can get, you know.
Once you got out in front, you're really a clear winner?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I mean, it was probably not as fast as I'd like to be, but as I say, where I started, I'm happy if I finish.
Graham, your second race and you come home on a podium, third place, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was hectic, man. It's you're the hunted or you're the hunter out there, so it's new to me, but it's excellent fun. Yeah, great.
So basically, you've got to look ahead in the mirror, look at the mirror, what's behind you.
You just got to watch everything because you're driving as fast as you can, and you got to look at the side and behind and everything, and look after the car and keep it on the road and stay off the rumble strips. And it's very busy, very busy.
Looks like you're the only top car that managed to get through.
Yeah, I see that Warwick had a problem with his tyre. He got a flat tyre, which is a bit of a pain because I would have liked to have had a good battle with him. And I didn't see Mike Delmont at all. I started with him, but then didn't see him for the rest of the race.
Traffic a problem out there?
It wasn't too bad. I think I was a little bit lucky with the traffic. I took some gaps that opened up and I was able to get through.
So after an action-packed weekend from Pukekohe for the first round of the BMW Open Series, Andre Cowan leads on 393 from Michael Starnes, second on 308, 770 Gary Murphy, third on 287.